place to start is, where did this project start? What was the genesis? What made you make this documentary?
Well, it kind of all started with, I had a booth down at the Erie Horror Film Festival back in 2014 promoting a short film that I did earlier that year called Blink of an Eye, and that was actually the first time that premiered. James and Jason had a booth down there for their paranormal stuff, and got to talking to them all weekend. And I had been out there a bunch of times. I know Lay's been out there as well. And basically, he'd been trying to get this off the ground for a number of years. Thought it was pretty interesting, and we were kind of in between projects at the time, so decided to pick it up the beginning of 2015, and that's kind of where it started out at.
So how long did you work on it?
It took us about, when all was said and done, probably about a year to get it shot, edited, and then the final product, which we premiered early last month at the Erie Movie House. And so yeah, when all was said and done, about a year or so, because it was off and on filming for a while,
Nice.
Work schedules and everything.
Yeah. So what did you guys each do on the project? Maybe talk about your roles and how many were involved.
This was a pretty small scale project. We had some help doing the lecture with a couple of our friends running sound and everything, but I directed it, edited, story, so to speak, just kind of making it a little more story driven than just kind of like the facts, and then Leyla.
Yeah, I just helped him. I was his assistant director, so when he couldn't be in one spot, I would direct anyone who was with us in the project and where they need to be, what they need to do. We used walkies a lot to tell them when to do things and everything. So I also helped with like trying to set up certain shots so they would be more appealing, I guess. And then I also helped with sound, and I made the DVD cover and the DVD label, and a lot of like the graphics. So we do have copies too, if anyone wants one.
We can open it up to you guys, your questions. I don't want to call it a question on you.
Do you personally believe in gravity well?
This project has definitely opened up my eyes. There's actually one instance that was very, very creepy. Leyla actually used to row for Mercier's College, and she was down in Alabama? Was it? Alabama for spring training. And the night scene where we were doing a little bit of the investigation work, we were filming, and James and Jason were kind of taking some pictures, and they kept saying that something was sitting on top of my car. So I'm like, okay, that's kind of creepy. And in the back of your mind, you're like, well, maybe something might have followed me. I don't know. So anyway, I was talking to Ley the next day, telling her about the shoot, and we heard all these really crazy sounds over the phone, like real high pitched, like almost like demonic type stuff, and then it just like cut out. So then she called me back, and she thought that I was messing with her, but I'm like, oh, you heard that too? I'm like, that was really creepy. So
It happened twice too.
yeah, it happened twice too. So that was pretty weird. To answer your question, still kind of up in the air. I personally haven't had a super good experience where I could say yes or no. What about yourself, Leyla?
I've been out there a couple times with my friends, and there has been times when we've heard, I know, when I went with my friend Arie a couple times, and we would do the whole park the car on the bridge and see what we hear. And we would hear it sounded like footsteps in my opinion. And then every time we left, if we got out of the car, walked around, it was pretty creepy. When we filmed the last set, it was the last scene with Darlene, Darlene's actress. I did feel really creepy. I was by myself on the other side of the bridge a lot of the time, so I was right by the woods. So as I was over there, I would keep like saying, "Okay, guys, like hurry up! I'm kind of getting scared," because I would hear like sticks breaking, but I'm like, I don't see anybody. So, but other than that, I haven't had anything that's like concrete.
What's your next project?
We can't exactly give you the details, but
Can't disclose too much information.
we can say a little bit about it. It is, we wanted this one to be a feature length, which it's definitely longer than stuff we've done in the past. But this one is legit going to be a full length. Very, very different than the two previous projects, so no documentary or anything like that. But this one, if all goes according to plan, very bloody, very gory. And it has a lot to do with experimentation. So that's
That's a good way to put it.
that's kind of where we're at right now. We haven't started writing it yet, so still kind of researching a little bit, and might have to get John Lyons' research tactics for this. But yeah, so I mean, we're gonna start writing probably within the next month or so.
Ooh, awesome. Guys, any other questions? Have you guys had any, has anyone here had any experiences? Would you like to share? Oh, okay. So you're a believer?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess just in general, how many people believe in paranormal, supernatural, spirits? Okay, wow,
Awesome.
look at that.
I will add one thing. I mean, you know, the paranormal, as you guys, you know, people that believe it, people that don't, it's really hard because, you know, people have experiences, but unless you're like actually there experiencing what someone else might be, you can be like, oh, that's a bunch of BS. So it's really hard, and I mean, you have to be kind of like, for lack of a better term, like kind of closed-minded to think that there's nothing else out there, because there's a lot to the universe that we don't really understand. So just to think that we're done after we're here, I don't know. To myself, and I don't buy into that. So.
Or that we can't even perceive,
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Like the only people that are gonna know are the ones that aren't with us anymore. So I guess we'll find out one day.
Anybody else? So if you guys do have DVDs and stuff, where can people get a hold of you or follow up with you?
We do have a website. It's just deathdealerproductions.com. You can come to us. We both have business cards available for you. Arie's has the website on it, and we're really good at getting those to you fast. So.
You guys are on Facebook too?
Yes, we're also on Facebook, which is on his business card as well, and we have shirts too from the film that we created. So.
So deathdealerproductions.com, guys, and find them on Facebook too, Death Dealer Productions.
Yes.
Pretty much any social media
And
you could think
Instagram
of.
and Twitter.
Yeah. Got it.
Well, thank you guys so much for
Thanks,
being here.
everyone.
Thank you.